So what's the best part about being married to a Polish man?
I was looking for the love of my life and blonde guy.
When they learn that I dating a Polish guy, they just assume, oh, Polish, so Catholic. No.
They were a little bit shocked at first.
I just tell my mom on the phone, like, oh, I'm going to get married with a Polish guy.
Dai is becoming Polish, I'm becoming Mozambican.
We definitely need to communicate more.
This is Alicja, and she is half Polish.
That's you, that's you.
We both know that mixed relationships are not easy and we would not recommend them to anyone.
What are you talking about? Mixed relationships can be exciting, but it definitely comes with a lot of challenges.
And a lot of work.
Alright. Today we are speaking to mixed couples in Poland. A Polish person in a relationship or married to a foreigner.
Let's get started. Hello, my name is Karkoszka. I'm 26 years old from Mozambique and I'm married to Adrian Karkoszka that is Polish.
My name is Adrian Karkoszka, I'm 36 years old, I'm Polish and I'm married to Thai for 4 months.
Mam na imię Si, jestem z Hongkongu i teraz mieszkamy w Polsce na 5 lat. I mój mąż jest Polakiem. Teraz
5 lat! 5 lat!
My name is Ben, originally from Warsaw. Spent some time in Scotland, in Edinburgh, and then moved here 5 years ago with my wife.
You do have a Scottish accent. You've been living since how long in Scotland?
I lived there at least 8 years.
Your name is Ben or what's the Polish name?
No, actually my full name is Bernard, but it was always really hard to pronounce for people, so it's just, everyone calls me Benek in my family, so Ben is just easy.
Who's this one bothering you?
This is Alicja, and she is half Polish, half Hongkongese, and she is 20 months now.
Hey, that's you, that's you.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm from Indonesia.
Hi, I'm Igor. I'm from Poland.
How did you guys meet?
We met in a dating app called Bumble like 3 years ago.
How did you guys meet?
So I went to Scotland for my master's study, and Ben was living there, and we were both students that time, and we were working in a Chinese takeaway together. And this is how we met and went for a date. 2 days later, we moved in together. And half a year later, we got married.
And then this one came.
Not that soon, but,
So,
but yeah.
We took a little bit of time before this one, but yes, it was quite quick for us.
I met Adrian 2 years ago on Tinder. I was living in Mozambique. And well, I was looking for the love of my life and blonde guy. So I saw Adrian and I said, bingo! And I deleted my Tinder account to try to look for him on Instagram, and I found him.
And when you found her DM, what did you do?
Well, I was kind of surprised because the first message was that I'm gonna be her husband.
The first message.
First message. Yes, that was first message. So I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Another crazy girl.
Yes, kind of surprised, but we talked for a while. But then for quite some time we didn't interact. Then Ty sends me a photo from Warsaw, and I was like, oh wow, she's really here in Poland.
Is it? Were you really in Poland?
Yes, because I said that I'm coming. And it was like, okay. And I was always commenting his pictures or, stories like my future husband, my crush. And he was only putting like. But after all, he saw me playing guitar and he said, oh, you should tell me before that you play guitar. And then he started to give me attention. That's why you're here.
Our first meeting was supposed to be a guitar lesson. The moment we met, I looked at Ty. I said, bingo, I found the love of my life.
Awesome. That's such a unique love story. And how long did you were talking to each other on text?
We met 2 years ago. From the first time we met and the moment we got married, it was 2 months?
Almost 3 months.
3 months, yes.
Wow, that's fast.
What's it like being a Polish-Indonesian couple in Poland?
Still, not many international couples are in Poland. Due to some cultural similarities, it's not so difficult as it might seem.
So what are those cultural similarities that help you in your relationship?
I'm personally not a Catholic, even though Jess is a Catholic. I grew up with this culture around me. So our cultural background is pretty similar.
In your daily life, are there any differences that you need to face?
How we communicate is really different because he is very direct as a person. I'm Indonesian, so I'm more of like, I'm trying to go around it. He's more of like to the point. Sometimes I get offended by what he said. But yeah, it's more of like that.
Yeah, it creates a bit of a confusion sometimes.
Yeah.
And how do you deal with those differences?
We definitely need to communicate more than you would in a couple that comes from the same culture, because we just have to explain more to one another. Over 3 years now, we sort of worked it out. It's probably not much of a problem, but at first, definitely.
What's it like being in a mixed relationship in Poland?
I think at first it was a bit strange because we live more in the northern outside Warsaw, so there are not a lot of foreigners there and not a lot of mixed relationship, as everyone was curious of like, oh, what is this like Asian looking girl doing in there? But then I think it's very cool as well.
How about you, Ben? So you moved back from Scotland. Why did you decide to move to Poland in the first place?
Well, to be honest, you won't believe that my wife wanted to come here rather than me. Spending that much time in Edinburgh in Scotland kind of made me feel like at home there. So I didn't really even imagine I would be back to Poland anytime. But do you know what? The life here in Poland, I would say it's much more comfortable. Basically, first of all, having a house rather than a flat, perfect.
My family are kind of like, they are in different places in China, and for his family, most are in Poland. We also love like in here, there are more nature. There are definitely more like comfortable life here compared to Hong Kong. Will be in a very small flat altogether.
Yeah, for sure. Alicia is busy today. Very, very busy today.
She's busy every day.
Tai loves Poland. I teach her about Polish history, Polish culture, which is very, very interesting. I'm also learning a lot about Mozambique, about Africa. Tai is becoming Polish, kind of. I'm becoming Mozambican. Compromise is, I think, one of the most important things in successful relationship and marriage. Even if the couple is from the same country, two people can have different habits. The key to success is to meet in the middle, that both parts are satisfied and happy.
And how your families reacted when they learned that you were together?
My family is, Catholic. My whole family, my big family. When they learned that I dating a Polish guy, they just assume, oh, Polish, so Catholic. No, he is an atheist. Then my parents like, what do you mean? At the moment, we've been dating for 3 years, and I think they're slowly start to accept him. But his family is entirely different.
With my family, it was mostly them being curious about jazz. It was not a big shock to them. I mean, my parents are very progressive. My mom has seen big part of the world, so for her it's also not strange to see that. So it was more of a curiousness rather than like a problem of any sort. They didn't need to get used to it. They just accepted it as it is.
They were shocked because they didn't expect I would be ending not going back to Hong Kong. My family didn't meet him before we get married, so they know nothing about him. I just tell my mom on the phone, like, oh, I'm going to get married with a Polish guy. And my mom's like, oh, yeah, cool, no problem. And after our wedding, we went for a trip to Gdańsk together with my whole family, and so they love him.
And how did your family react?
They were a little bit shocked at first that it is someone from Hong Kong. But yeah, they were very positive. I still remember my grand trying to learn Chinese to speak to my wife, see. So that was funny. And that was very heartwarming, I remember.
That's quite nice if you're learning Chinese a bit. Wow, that's the best.
He
That's
had like a piece of paper and written like in the Chinese words, and I was like, oh, it's sweet.
I think something like this means even more because now we live in those days that you can, ask ChatGPT how to say certain words and it would just spit out for you. But he actually had to, dig deep to find something like this. So that meant a lot.
My parents really wanted me to get married because in our culture, 26 years, it's the age.
Since I'm Polish and I'm 36, in our culture, it's quite late already. My parents were waiting for me to get married.
I said to them that I'm dating a Polish guy, and they said that they want to meet the Polish guy. Then we did a video call, and they talked a lot, and something suggesting like when will you marry our little one? Somehow I went to Netherlands and suddenly I saw a message from Adrian saying, let's get married when you come back. It's like,
Whoa!
are you serious? He said yes.
The great thing is that Thai is learning Polish very fast because my parents don't speak English. But my dad bought a little translator with a microphone just to help with communication. They speak a lot.
Every single day.
What are you guys talking about? Are you gossiping about me?
Every single day. Dzień dobry, tatu. Jak się masz? Wszystko dobrze, tak, okay?
What's the best part about dating your partner, a Polish man?
For my partner, I think how he is really open-minded about everything, really. That's why it's really easy for us to be together. He's not really, judgmental.
And for you, Igor, what is the best part about dating a foreigner, an Indonesian woman?
I was particularly never a person that is like trying actively to date a foreigner. I can say that definitely this is a chance to learn a lot about somewhat expanding the horizons of your own views. And you can somewhat take those good parts from both and make something of it.
Has he started smiling more?
Definitely, yes, he is. When I met him, he was like that.
True.
All right, so what's the best part about being married to a Polish man?
First thing is like he is very family oriented. Like he always takes family in his consideration when he makes choices, and he's like very involved with the kid. And this is like definitely a great part in like Polish guys I see, and especially him. A lot of time if we have argues, we can talk it through calmly instead of like just punching each other.
So he's a good communicator.
Yeah, he is. Maybe I'm not.
There's one thing which I really appreciate, and she taught me that as well through our relationship so far, is that she would do things that I don't expect her to do. I would come back home and that would be something waiting for me, for example, like a dinner after a long day of work. And she would listen to what I say to her, and for example, the things I dream of, the things I want to have. And one day, if she can make it happen, she will make it happen. So this is something I really appreciate about her.
She's very dedicated to our marriage. I can always count on her. She's loyal, faithful, and fun. We joke around all the time, and I love it.
He's very adorable, faithful. We are Christians, we are Protestant. We are praying together, and this is very important to marriage. When I first met him, I understood that everything that he said about it online was exactly the same thing. I really recommend to have a husband,
Polish husband.
Polish husband that believes in Jesus Christ as the Lord. It's very important because Polish guys have troubles.
No.
Tell us about it.
I have to,
Spill the beans.
I have to stand in defense
Only
of my
blood of
guys.
Jesus, Adam. Only blood of Jesus to keep a Polish guy being very, very, very nice and not moody with grumpy face in the mornings.
Grumpy face is a thing of weather because when you wake up and it's dark, sometimes it's hard to smile.
See, I'm smiling. That's not an excuse.
Okay, it's not
You are
excuse.
getting African.
Okay.
No, but-
Next to that.
No, but to be fair, you are smiling a bit. You're very jolly, and I guess you have to credit your wife for that.
I recommend Polish guys, but Christian.
There are any Polish guys who are not Christian, maybe very few anyway. So
Exactly.
I cannot say that I recommend Polish guys. I think Polish men are good, decent people.
How did you like those relationship stories?
drop your relationship advice below. In part 2, we speak to Polish women in relationship with foreign men. And of course, please subscribe to Aliens in Poland.